Are you all doing? I hope you're doing well. Welcome on my YouTube. And this is the Twinflame reading for this upcoming week. Let's see what is going on with the twin flames and the energies in the collective. Wow, 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 wow. Yeah, we all felt it. You know, old stuff coming up to the surface. Maybe old behavior or old emotions that makes you linger, that makes you think, what did I do wrong? Where did it go wrong? What can I change about it? Let it go. Let it go. It's old, the old system. We're getting now the pink moon that in Libra that will balance everything out. It also means that Venus is going direct. So we're moving up more in a place of love for ourselves again. What is self-love? What does it mean to me? What is love means to me? You know, all these questions can come up and you will say, okay, what can I do with it? The only thing you can do is sit on it. Sit on it. Yes. Let it move through your body. Let it be there. Because when you let it be and come up to the surface, then it has time to move out of your system. And you will get the insight. You will get the insight when it's moving through. It's also recognizing for yourself what you don't want in your life anymore, but what does resonate with you in your life. You know, do I get the love, not the attention, the love that you deserve? And when you know that you deserve a kind of love because it resonates with your own soul, then know for sure that this is the time for you to come into union, but also that you find the partner that you seek, that is resonating with you, that you feel comfortable with, that you can feel at ease, that you can feel safe, that you can, talk about things. And when that is happening in your system, and also the past will come in, to see how far did you come and how far did you work on yourself. And that's then here is the self-love coming in. I deserve, yeah, you deserve what you really what you really need in your life. I have my saffron tea, and that's so amazing. Yeah. So the joy, the laughter, the fun, everything what you deserve now, because what you have been through, and we can leave that past behind, and that union is coming in, and that union is already there. You don't have to think about it, it's a trust, it's a knowing, it's and know that someone will come on your path that will give you the love that you deserve. And I got a song earlier coming through, And I wanted to put that as a title, but it was too long. So I skipped it, but now I forgot the song. That's the thing with channeling, you know. You channel something and then it's gone. Let's see what's coming here. Fire and water. Storm. Nurture. Wow. Cosmic self. That's so interesting. Let's get you out of the way so I have more space here. Divine blueprint for the divine feminine. Yeah. Peace beyond survival in the heart space of the divine feminine. Beautiful. You're not surviving anymore. You're just in peace. And sing everything in synchronicity with you. And it was amazing how it went with all the synchronistics I got this week. You know, the intense feeling of this upcoming full moon. You probably felt it all already, you know, that you already felt that there was this. I thought it was a pretty intense energy that needed to be released, or letting go, to be to let go, you know, because it's such a oh, that's interesting. Now I see in my crystal a heart. That's the first time I see it. Wow, that's interesting. Yeah, and it's that get me off track. So it's just funny. I need to tune in again. Oh, let's just start with the cards. It will come back up again if it's needed. Fire and water. Let's get my glasses on. Stillness amidst turmoil. Heart connection, emotional integration, and feel your feelings. Well, that was exactly what was happening this week. You know, it was intense, it was beautiful, it was creating a lot of things, and I felt it coming in. What was it? Tuesday, Thursday. Of the no Wednesday it was that I felt, whoa, what's happening here? And then I tuned in, and then I heard already, we have to let go of karma. We have to let go of a cycle. We have to let go of old patterns and behaviors. And you know, it's almost repeating itself, but that's what we are doing, you know, this whole year. It's a year about last year and the year before. It was about clearing, and then using the energy that we can use it for the good for this year. And it's the fire and the water, you know, that the fire says, oh, go, 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 go. I'm taking action. I want to do things, and I want to be everywhere, and I want to meet up with that person. I want to meet up with my friends. I want to meet up with that person. And then your water saying after that, like, oh, I need some rest. And that was exactly what I predicted already last week. When you're doing a lot of things and you're doing a lot of emotional stuff, or you're working with the collective, or you're doing healing, you know, it's so underestimated, the work that you do, because you think it's a easy peasy lemon squeezy, right? But sometimes it's just more than that. Sometimes it is, you know, all the old that needs to get out and the new that needs to be integrated. I got things, probably because the place where I was carrying that energy, visions of former lives, of war, of um, old karma that needs to be cleared. And every time when you go to a place and you get healing from it, you know, your past life and your ancestors getting healing on that energy. So it would be more easier for us, you know, to sustain in through these periods of time when the energy is a little bit heavier, you know. But it's the fire and the water, it's the masculine and the feminine energy that is being sorted out, you know. It's the mind and the emotions that really gets integrated for the divine masculine. So what does it mean? It means that there is a, you know, where water and water needs fire, fire needs water, you know, because otherwise you burn yourself up. So you need to go to the beach, you need to go to the ocean, you need to drink a lot of water to calm the emotions down. Because if you don't drink enough water, you know, you burn yourself up. And it's about being in quiet, being in silence, in that when everything is in turmoil, when everything is you know, in such a chaos. Yeah, that's the storm. That's the storm that we had this week, right? The storm of the whole world upside down. And you just need to be in your stillness and know, and that's it's the beauty of the storm, is that the love is in the vision. That means focus, you know, focus your focus on love, focus on the beautiful things, focus on what can we let go. And it's all okay when we're in that turmoil, but the heart connection there, that's it's all about the heart connection, you know, the emotional integration, what is happening, what is going around us, you know. And just tune in with your heart space, because when we tune in with our heart space, you know, everything is okay, everything is beautiful, everything is honky donky dory, right? And but feel also the feelings that you have, feel the feelings, and feel those emotions, what it does with you, you know. It was very intriguing week, let's say it that. And I things that came up, and it's so beautiful because the moon knows exactly what we need, right? The sun knows what we need and the moon knows exactly what we need. So when you're in that when that full moon is coming nearer and nearer, it's also showing you the emotions and feelings that you can let go of. And that's the whole thing about the full moon. You know exactly when it's dark moon, because you know your shadow side is coming up. Are you working with that shadow side to let go of that shadow side? What is coming up in all these things when the whole world is upside down and you think it's okay, you know. You have you ever heard when you're in a place of peace and the whole world is upside down, and they see that you're in peace and you want to talk about it, you know, they create the storm around you. So I'm just sitting there and being in peace and having my focus on love, on everything what's happening, and I can explain it what is happening. Most people just react out of a reaction, you know, because it's an emotion that comes up and they react on it. But if you stay in that silent space, if you feel, you of course you feel the things going rushing through your body, but you can just sit with it and say to yourself, okay, yeah, it's happening. um I take my time later to filter it all out and to see what it is all about. So yeah, it's about the union. It's about the union between your feminine and your masculine side. Do you want that union? Do you want to give your divine masculine what you're giving yourself? You know, it's not about being um, it's more about being selfless, you know. Can you give your divine masculine what he needs or what he wants? You know, is that possible for you? So just communicate about that. Most of the time, in your intuition, you already know what they need, because that's probably what you also need at that moment in time. So, because the twins are so in synchronicity with each other, it's scary. It's just sometimes it's just scary when you see the things what is happening, and you're like, oh my gosh, you know, this is out of this world, and it is out of this world. So yeah, I would say 1717 on the clock. That's interesting also. So yeah, just go in that heart space, be in yourself, and think about your self love. What, you know, I'm not um, because I am acting out what I want to attract in the world. I want to attract that love that I have in my heart space. So all the people, most of the people in my life, since I shed every now and then, I shed on Facebook, on all my multimedias. I shed all the people that are not resonating with me, and now it's gone so far that even the people I don't know, they're out. I don't need any vampires or lingering people that are just posting advertisements on their Facebook into my space, because that's all what I see. So I just if I have no interaction with those people, they're out. You know, I don't even think about it anymore. So yeah, in the heart space for the divine masculine cosmic self, you know, you are a cosmic being, a cosmic. You received cosmic multidimensional healing. Wow. You received cosmic multidimensional healing, and see beyond the illusion. Well, I know the masculines I hang out with, you know, I know for sure they are out of that illusion. They don't believe in that illusion. You know, they're on the same side. So that's why I attract the same kind of people. Stay grounded in your truth, you know. You are this beautiful energy. You are that light being in your heart space. You know it. So that's what you also will attract. You know, no our old karma energies anymore in your life that is keeping you in a vibration that keeps on hurting you, that is having all these old betrayals that you went through in your life, that's cutting out, that will not repeat. No, sorry, you will go beyond that place. You are going beyond that place, and you will receive the love that you deserve. That is your birthright, I hear. Not deserve, because everybody deserves love. But the more you do the things on yourself, and you work on yourself, and you heal yourself, you know, the universe will deliver someone that will resonate with your needs, with what you want, what is good for you. So where you can learn from, where you can create, all these things. um, we're done with the gold diggers. We're done with the people that it's very interesting, um, because there is a saying: the first marriage is the one out of love, the second one is the one out of material things, stability, money, those are the gold diggers. um, the third one is the one you just can be with, just be yourself, receive the love, and that is just that being as a union, as one. So it's very interesting. And the first love is always karmic. Most of the first love is always karmic. So where do you want to be? I'm not going to marry anymore, that's for sure. But there are other things in my life that I still love and need, and that is still available out there for me. So, and for you, also for you. So know that everything is possible. So it's just a saying. If you want to believe in it, if you want to give it a meaning, be my guest. It's just that came up in my system. Um, how does the divine masculine sees the divine feminine? She is the nurturer. She is the goddess. She carries the Mary Magdalene frequencies, and she's birthing a new earth and grounding a divinity. So everything she does, she is, grounding it into this earth. These celestial energies, those high vibrational love vibrations, she anchors it into the earth, and she is nurturing the earth. She is nurturing the people on it. She is nurturing divine masculine. So she knows exactly um, where he went through. She knows exactly where he went through. That's why she can understand him and also let him be in his wanderings. It could be that sometimes out of nothing, your divine masculine wanders off. It's like making another time, being in another dimension. And you see him wander off, and it's okay. Let him be in that space. Don't interrupt him when he is in that space, because he gets or downloads, or he gets upgrades, or something is shifting and changing in him at that moment. So let him be in that moment. So for the divine feminine, divine blueprint, source self embodiment, you're embodying source at the moment, at that time. You get inspiration and you are ready. You know, your body gets an attunement. And now with this new moon, it's another attunement. Um, because I think it's the new moon from 12 on the 13th of April, and the 3 and the 1, or the 1 and the 3, is also a portal. It's another 4 portal. So this moon is extra strong because it's an extra portal day on the 13th. So we have 4 4, and still in the transmutation and transforming energy of the 9. So it's and it's also 13, also 4. Wow, that's also a 4. So yeah, that's why it's probably extra strong. Um, this new moon, this full moon, I mean. So know that you are getting all these downloads and these blueprints that is needed for you to a next level. You know, it's a very good time to fast. So I still have the 3 days to go, so I still can do the fasting. So that's what is necessary, what I hear at this moment for the divine feminine. You know, go on a fast. Um, you know, create the things that you need to create, because your blueprint is upgraded. Your light body is shining bright. And if there are people that can tune into you, they all can see your light. They can all see your aura, and how far your aura is, how bright it is, where you're connected to. So you go beyond time and space, in certain occasion. And every time when you connect with your divine masculine and your divine masculine connects with you, there is new inspiration coming from it. You know, it could be songs that songs are coming to your mind, or that you create a new song, or that you create new stories, or you create new paintings. You know, divine feminine could be your muse. You could be your creativity would be more activated. So it's really interesting how it is, how it how it feels in the heart space for the divine feminine. Peace beyond survival. You're not going to that survival mode anymore. You decided, okay, I let it go. I'm a peacemaker through inner peace. So she keeps her inner peace. She keeps her um, inner silence, or the peace that she feels within. She wants to hold on to that. And sometimes, yes, old stuff is coming up that needs to be cleared, that needs to be out in the open, that needs to be seen, that people can see through that illusion, that they can wake up from it. And but that's the old warrior, you know, that's the warrior. That's the war energy. That's the warrior, the light warrior within, that says no more of that. No more of that. Exactly. No more of that. Yeah. Um, it's interesting that that is coming up, because it has to do with betrayal. It has to do with old stuff and old betrayal. Actually, we are betrayed as a huge collective. But, and also in relationships or twin flame journeys, don't ask yourself anymore, will this man betray me? Will he betray me? Can I trust this man? I think and I feel, if you have the strength to overcome everything, you need to know for yourself that you are okay when there is another betrayal happening. That you know for yourself, oh, okay, I'm okay. I'm okay. Because that was not the right one for me. So if you start, and this came through last week, like, are you okay with somebody coming in your space and leaving you again? Yes, because you dealt with that past, you work through all these places, you work through those spaces, and yes, you will be okay, you know. And that is something you need to learn about the betrayal. I will always survive. um, Maybe you gave it too much power, you know. Maybe you gave it too much meaning, because if somebody can swift that easily, you know, there is no meaning, there is no then it was just to use you because there could be feel comfortable with you. So don't go there, you know. It's, you can survive everything if you know that, and you accept that you are used for your kind and loving heart and for what you could provide for that time. No, it's also all in the divine alignment. It was in that time divine alignment, because there was something that you needed to learn from it. And now you know exactly what you don't want in your life anymore. What you say, oh, screw it, you know? And you know for sure, because when you are not in that space, when you don't have that energy in your system, and you work through your own stuff of betrayal, yeah, you know, not only the stuff from someone else, but also the betrayal within you, you know, then you're okay. Then you can move on. That's no problem. We make it as we allow it to. You know, we make it as big as we allow it to. And that's also with love. With, if you have someone in your life that loves very fiercely, and that is open, and that is letting go, you know, of all the restrictions, wow, your whole world is opening. And when you get somebody in your environment that is not opening that much, because they don't want to repeat that past, you know, it's better to start off as friends first, you know, before you go into you know, this magnetic, firing, passionate energy that is creating a lot of lust and a lot of passion, but fades out anyway. but go for something that's long lasting, that is friendship, partnership, respect, and really deep, deep care about each other. So, the cards of synchronicity, how is the divine feminine sees the divine masculine in her space? Divine timing. New opportunities are coming your way. You're opening to change and divine outcomes. So, all in her life works with synchronicity. So, if there's something off, something is off. When everything is in divine synchronicity, then it's in divine synchronicity. It's the high priestess, as she can go through things and she sees the things as they are. It is the divine timing. New opportunities are there, open to change, and divine outcome. That divine outcome that needs just time. You know, and she knows exactly what is going on in her life. Um, when you are on that higher vibration, it's even more difficult. Um, Not difficult. That's the wrong word I hear. It's a challenge or exciting to be in another place where you have to hold your energy. And sometimes that can be very, very tiring, when you're around people, with that are still in that karmic world. That is very intense. But it's a challenge, and it's an also exciting moment. So to see how much you grow every time. Sometimes you're so influenced by other energies that you don't recognize anymore what's yours and what is from somebody else. And then you have to, later on, you have to feel into it. Was it mine? When you come back in your own space, then you can feel really good. Was this mine or was it somebody else? What is happening with your system? Um, what emotions are coming up? Yeah, it's very interesting that when there are new opportunities coming your way, and don't step into something when it's not real love. Don't step into something when it's not real love. I rather wait my whole life, and maybe it will never come. You never know. I don't think so, but I'd rather be alone than being back in a karmic relationship. Um, Unlock your gifts. You got the key. You received sacred gifts. Put out your energy senses, and pure love is the key. Go. Didn't I say something about it just a minute ago? Unlock your gifts. Your gifts are there. Go with your gifts. Take time for yourself. Retreat, withdraw. If you did a lot of energetic work, take your time, work with it, work through it, let it go. Shift those energies, because of that, new gifts are coming your way. New energy senses. So your senses will be more in tune with your with your partner. So if you want that union, be what you want in your life. Because if you be what you want in your life, it's automatically the synchronicity and the alignment that is drawing each other in. Sometimes you meet someone and you think, oh, what is the purpose of this? Um, and you don't know. You need to figure out what the purpose is, because it's a synchronicity, it's a past life, it's a remembrance, it's something very, very profound. Fire of transformation for the divine feminine that is supporting you. Radical purification, violet flame, surrendering, and the resurrection is here. Well, this is what divine feminine is doing the last, I think, 10 years, even if it's more. You know, she is shedding, transforming. And every time when she transforms, something new is coming is coming her way. Something new is coming her way. And also with this new this full moon is another transformation. It's another portal. So it's very interesting how we are moving through those portals, those gates, and shedding and letting go. And divine, I see a lot of divine feminine, a lot of divine masculine are in that amazing energy. You know, they are in that amazing energy when they tap into it. When they're not tapping in and they're not in synchronicity with this energy, it's almost like something is taken away from them. And they are constantly in that high vibration. So when they're in that high vibration, they shedding constantly to that light, you know, that is they're constantly get purification, and the lighter they will be. And you know, it's the time of the golden age, you know. And then she birthing after the resurrection, she's birthing that golden egg, you know. She's receiving that golden egg, a new beginning, a new time, a new resurrection, new abundance, creation, initiations, I hear. So yeah, surrender yourself towards it and let it happen, and then new things will come your way. um, and I have a feeling when the divine feminine now goes um, in a fasting or in a detox, I hear divine feminine is thinking about detoxing everything in her life. Then everything is shifting and changing, comes to a higher level. Old emotions that were so heavy last year, they cleared out, and they're still clearing out. They're still clearing out. So it's really very interesting. And I hear also in the transformation is about serving the masculine. Wow, how beautiful. She is here not only to serve Mother Earth, but also serving the masculine. What is needed in his life? What is she is yeah, she's offering her service to him. She is offering her love. She's offering the devotion, the joy, the happiness, the fun. She's offering it. She's not saying, okay, I'm not giving to you or to you or to you or to you. what the karmic partners are doing, or the karmics are doing. If something is not alignment, you know, I withdraw myself and I'm not giving to you anymore, because that's your punishment. We're out of that energy. We're totally out of that energy. I hold space for you no matter what. Even if a conversation is hard, I will still love you. Even if a conversation is draining you, I will still be by your side to hold that space for you. So it's it's very interesting, uh, because of that, she is healing the divine masculine. Wow. How does he sees the divine feminine in union, breathing the sun? She is present, and she has pineal gland activations, and because of his presence. Wow, isn't that beautiful? I just told that she's holding space for the divine masculine and be in presence, and divine masculine thinks exactly the same. You know, I'm here with you, I'm in presence, I give to you. You know, I want to give to you, and that you holding space for me and being there. You don't, I hear, you don't need to do the work all by yourself anymore. I will support you, and I will be there for you. You know, this is, I will show up for you the best way I can. That's what the divine masculine says. And in the same thing, he gets the love from the divine feminine. How does the divine, yeah, good guys. This, how is the divine feminine sees the divine masculine, the depth of love. You, and then I hear you already met your divine counterpart in the realm, and wherever you go, you know, you don't have to choose, it comes towards you. You know, it's happening organically. It's not you're saying, oh, that's interesting, I'm going for it. No, it's more that souls are getting drawn to each other, uh, to work things out, to see what was there in the past, or in the beginning of time, I hear. Wow, holy moly. Depths of love. Let go of fear to jump into love, and to let go beyond the attachment. So that's the beautiful thing, what the divine feminine sees in the divine masculine in union. You know, that there is no attachment, that there are not grabbing each other, I hear. You know, they let go, and they let go in love. You know, that's how the dynamic is. It's not about holding on, and being in fear that the divine masculine or divine feminine runs off with someone else. And if that happens, you know, then it's not the real one. You know, that's just the thing, you know. But I feel that in this reading, the divine masculine and divine feminine are already in union. You know, it's that's how you get into union, by already being in union with your inner masculine and your inner feminine. Because if you can't give to your inner masculine what he needs or what he deserves or what, you know, how can you give it to someone else? So it's very interesting. They both look at the moon, they both look at the stars, they both are connected um, to that energy. Oh my gosh, what is happening here? Yeah, they're both looking at the stars, looking at the moon. They are in synchronicity with each other, sending out energy towards each other. I think the moon was always a huge part in their life. I have a feeling they both had a very huge attraction towards the moon. When he was looking at the moon, he was thinking about her. When she was looking at the moon, she was thinking about him. And they're both, because they're both connected in the water, you know, they're the dolphin children, they're the dolphin energy. So that's how the divine feminine feels for the divine masculine. You know, he is not clinging. And I hear the divine feminine doesn't want a child in her life anymore. You know, if you already have children and your partner is also a child that you need to mother all the time, that then you know the energy balance is way off. But if you have a divine masculine that can stand up for himself, you know, be in his having his own resources, you know, also being in that energy of being a provider for you and uh, being in that loving space and protecting you, then you know um, then it's a divine masculine that you have and that you need in your life. But the divine masculine will always be of service, you know, always be giving. But it's also time for the masculine to receive. And then you need to see if he is in that space of his feminine energy. You know, can you receive in your energy? Can you receive that love from the divine feminine? And are you open to it, or are you still closing it off and being afraid to receive because what happens in the past, and that needs time and space to heal. And you know, with this new moon, with this full moon, it's really amazing to let that part go, because the old is the old. It's not uh, it's not resonating anymore with who you are now. And you deserve, I hear you deserve to be loved, you know, you deserve to be held by the feminine. And interesting. The whole environment is playing with it. I hear the whole environment is playing with it. I hear you're doing a really good job. You're doing a really, really good job. Um, the universe is so proud of divine masculines and the divine feminines that are working with the Christ consciousness, that are working with the energies to transform, you know, the environment, to transform what is needed to transform. The universe says, and our star brothers and sisters says, thank you. Thank you for doing it. Thank you for listening to us. Thank you for working with us and receiving our energy, that is so intense for your body, um, that you are able and open to receive that energy, that you don't close yourself off for that energy, but that you are able to receive that energy from us. Because we know out of experiences and out of former times that we were on earth, how hard it is for a human body to receive those energies, um, and that all the old needs to shift, and that's a task. That's a huge task that you took on yourself, because you need to take care of your nervous system. You need to take care of your diet. You need to take care of your water intake, to let everything flow. And you need to work with your chakras, um, to remove your chakras to another position, to be able to let the energy flow through it. So and they are happy. They are so happy that there are so many people of you out there that are doing this job, that are doing the task. And they will, that's why they say thank you, thank you, thank you. Wow. Interesting how that works. My other, so yeah, if you want to come in union after this full moon, the time is right, because we're heading also towards Beltane. I felt it last week already. I felt the Beltane energy last week was so strong, was so intense. I thought, oh, here we go, yes. Celebration. Celebrating new life. Birds making nests and mating, and the flowers screaming and coming out of the earth, and the days were so amazingly beautiful, yeah. If you, that's what I hear, if you have a window, open and sleep with your curtains open, so the moon can come into your room, so the moon can shine into your system, and that your room will be lit up by the moon energy all night, so you can profit from that energy. Okay, let's see, what is the universe saying? Soul writing. Wow. For the divine masculine and the divine feminine, you have a soul written energy. I'm not saying contract, because the souls having the same writings, the same imprints. So the souls, both of your souls and your hearts, are coming from that love space. That's not withholding anything. That energy is there, and you both have that soul writing. You both have that soul path to walk. And because of that soul path and that soul writing and that soul connection, you'll be brought to each other by the divine. That's not both of you recognized something in each other that said yes. And that's the soul writing. That was the soul. It's not a soul contract. I don't hear that your souls have a contract, but your souls have the same imprint, the same writing. And that's this one. So you both have to work things out for the greater good of all. For the divine feminine, soul family. You are so connected with your soul family. And I mean not just the star beings, but also the ascended masters, the ancient ones. Oh my gosh, what did I see now? That was interesting. I see here Kuan Yin in the cards and the sword, but when I put the card down, there was a deeper energy looking at me, and now I can't see it anymore. It was just a glimpse that was coming in to watch. Oh, that was very intense. That was very beautiful. Yeah, I can look at the cards now and I don't see it anymore. So yeah, it's really interesting what's happening here. Yeah, you're following you're connected with Kuan Yin. You're connected with the Kuan Yin energy. Your soul family, the ascended masters. I already told you the totem animals. On different levels, you are connected. Your souls are connected through different timelines. And it could be that you've jumped, through different lifetimes. And why is one person drawn uh, to to live in a certain place, and how is it possible that they meet up? You have no clue. The only thing I can say, that's the soul writing that does its work. So yes, it's yeah, it's the time of the soul family coming together. And we have so many soul tribes, where we are connected with, because we had so many lifetimes. I'm connected to the Toltec, to the Buddhism, to so many lifetimes, and remembrance I had already. And that is what every person on this planet has, actually. If you're only if you're not awakened, it's not there yet. For the divine masculine, it's visualize in meditation what you want. Maybe you put your intentions out when you are doing the work. You are in that space, attracting some energies towards you. Everything what you visualize comes into fruition, because your brain doesn't know what the difference is between reality and visualization. So if we work with that energy, we're always we can receive everything we want and need. What we want and what we need are two different things, but you always receive what you need. No doubt about that. No doubt about that. Yeah, and you also have to let it go. You visualize it, let it go, because holding on to it, it's not holding on to things. You know, if you hold sand in your hand, you know, it slips through your fingers, and when you open it, it stays there. So yeah, it's really hmm. Do you conscious do you consciously give what the other needs? Do you consciously give what the other needs? Or is it subconscious? That's interesting. That's a good one for the visualization. I think it's the soul writing that is already there. So it's always coming from your best, always coming from the heart, always coming from what is right. Then I think there is um, no problem. You know, I think that what is going on in this world, about the power and about everything what's going on, about the wars and blah 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 blah. Clear, 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 clear. Out. I think that that is only to be helped when you're coming from your heart space and not from what you want, right? Huh. Hmm. That's interesting because I hear divine masculine already visualized what he wanted to attract in his life. He already put it out there. And divine feminine knows, no worries, it's soul family. So we're already connected by the soul writing. So if you want to come in union with your divine masculine, you know, I hear step by step. Divine timing is at play. And there's always a right time. There's always a right time. Okay? No hurries, no worries. All the love, all the blessings, and see you next time. Bye bye.